Ketanji Brown was appointed to the Supreme Court because she's a woman. Yet she can't define for you what a woman is because she's not a biologist. I'm not buying it. She stated that she's going to separate her religious beliefs from the way that she conducts herself in her job as a judge on the highest court in the land. Is that right? This separation of church and state. Why is it that in California, they're trying to put in a law where a mother and a doctor can murder a born baby, in a live human being? We're not even talking about in the womb anymore. Now we're talking about a living, breathing, completely viable baby outside the womb. And they want to murder that little boy or that little girl. Why? Why is the world going crazy? Why does everything seem like it's good is evil, evil is good, up is down, down is up? That question is asked in Psalm 2. And we're going to find out the answer. The question is, why do the nations rage and the people plot a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed. I think there, in that question, we find the answer. The kings and the rulers of the earth, including the Supreme Court, because it's a pretty powerful office, they take up counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed. They are against God and they are against the Son of God. They hate the Trinity. They hate God. And everything that they're doing is working to break off the bonds, the law of God from before them. They do not want any accountability to God, and everything that they seek is to throw that off. That's what it says. They go together and they say, let us break their bonds in pieces and cast away their cords from before us. Their goal is to break off God's bonds upon them. God decides what a woman is. God decides what a man is. God decides when life begins. He is the originator of life. And it should not come to us as a surprise when the rulers around us seek to throw off all of those laws from God. What does God do? What is his reaction? I like God's reaction. Check this out. He who sits in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall hold them in derision. Then he shall speak to them in his wrath and distress them in his deep displeasure. God has something to say to them. He is going to say it. And it's not even going to be exactly what he says, because he is going to distress them in his deep displeasure. God is going to actually deal with them. His message is in verse 10. Now therefore be wise, O kings. Be instructed, you judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. There is no separation of church and state. God has instructed the kings, Biden, Putin, Xi Jinping, little rocket man over there in North Korea, every dictator, every prime minister upon planet Earth, they have been instructed, be wise, O kings, be instructed, you judges of the earth. Ketanji Brown, all the other Supreme Court justices, they have been instructed to serve the Lord with fear. There's no separation of church and state. They don't get to separate biblical beliefs, biblical facts, and separate that from employing them in how they carry out their job as a justice. There is no separation. The Bible is truth. God is sovereign. God is coming back. He says, yet I have set my king on my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord has said to me, you are my son. Today I have begotten you. Ask of me, and I will give you the nations for your inheritance and the ends of the earth for your possession. Jesus Christ is king. They are accountable to him. He is coming back, and he will speak to them in his wrath and his deep displeasure. That comforts me. I love it. So when the world is spinning out of control, when it seems like good is evil, evil is good, up is down, left is right, you know what? God's on his throne. He's going to deal with it. I'm going to trust in that. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. I go through the Psalms all the time. I'll see you next time. Day of Battle out.